Yeah, man. So you guys got a lot of stuff to do around the Loudwater area.
Yeah, I guess we do.
I hope all you guys had a good holiday.
I had a very explosive holiday.
Hope you guys didn't party too much and all that good stuff.
I think I partied just enough.
I wouldn't have expected that, Crump.
Well, Crump's still partying.
I am, actually.
Crump is partying like it's 1999.
I graduated high school that year.
I remember when that song came out in the 80s. I was like, man, we're going to have flying cars by 1999. But, wow. Little did I know that
By the year 2000,
we're going back here. We're going backwards for technology, it seems. Let's see, we can get to the moon in 1969, but we can't even get a goddamn rocket off the ground anymore, barely. Well, SpaceX is doing it now, but, I mean,
well,
you just kind of take a step back. Take 10 steps forward and 15 steps back, so... But
they can't even make a deodorant that keeps you dry all day long, so
that's
what
true
do you
as
expect?
well.
All
right.
Venom.
So,
Dave, if I yell, I'll be right back. It's because I'm sitting here with a large chocolate shake from Sonic's, a bottle of Pepsi, a bag of sunflower seeds, and a half a bag of Fritos corn chips. So I may need an emergency bio break.
damn. I'll tell you what, if we were around the table, that shit would be getting mugged right now by 4 other people. But all right, who wants to? Whose turn is it to give the recap from our first session? Can you guys even remember what happened in session 1?
Well, of course, we wrote it down in a group journal.
All right. Well, whoever's got session 1, go for it. And just remember, I'll need a write-up after this game as well for session 2, so I can put on y'all's on your page on the website. So whoever wants to do it, go for it.
Well, I was sort of elected, so I'll do the best I can.
Oh, you'll be fine.
The party met in the town of Loudwater, which is located on the Delamere and Greyfoe rivers. Batista, the proud human paladin, first met Samash when he learned that Samash had assisted a mute Goliath named Tamanuk,
A mute Goliath.
who was from the far north.
That is unbelievable.
Batista also learned that Shamash was a follower of Cord and decided that these two would be a good group of companions. Now, the group also includes Alcine, a rogue, who was first attracted to the group because of the spirit companion of Tamanuk, the spirit of an 8-foot penguin, the same type of bird that appears on a ring
fucking
in
penguin.
Alcine's possession.
Unbelievable.
One morning while walking through town, the group heard a loud explosion and, responding to the sound, found a group of goblins coming through the breach in the fortress wall. The group, defending the citizens, engaged the goblins and eventually defeated them. They found a scroll describing the mission of the goblins, which was to recover a horned totem which was going to be used to resurrect the Ogre King. The group decided to follow up on this information and located the totem at Garwin's Curiosity Shop. After a minor encounter between Alcine and the female owner of a knife shop, the group went to the governor's mansion
Yes.
to speak with her and discovered that she was not home. She was out on a religious aspect that she partakes in. And then they traveled to the temple and spoke with Father Griffin to try and find out more information about this totem and the ritual. And that's where we left off.
Very nice recap, Evan. Wow. Boy, I'll tell you what, all of my games are just nailing the frickin' recaps. I mean, seriously, you guys are giving me wood about these recaps. I mean, not literally, but I mean...
Oh my God, that's the
speaking-
last thing I
you know,
want to do, give you wood.
Speaking
Come
out
on.
of context, that's awesome.
Way to
So,
go.
I knew when as soon as I said that, I was like, man, that shit is gonna come back and hit me right in the face.
He's got extenuating wood because of the UCF one last night, eh?
Exactly, and Go, my alma mater, defeated Baylor University, so we will now probably, hopefully, be ranked in the top 10 for the first time in school history. So go UCF Knights. Love the Knights. All right, so very nice recap, by the way. So does everyone want to go around the table real quick, the virtual table, and introduce their character, their class, and a little bit about your character?
Sure. I've got a cheerleader in the background. I am Alcine.
Choke the kid out. I'm just
Right,
kidding.
take the shot. Right, take the shot.
Shots fired.
I am
Duct tape does wonders.
an Eladrin
That's so great.
rogue, and I like to steal stuff, and he's not very smart. Pretty much, that's it.
Well, I'll be looking forward to your recap,
Okay.
Crow.
I guess I can go next. I am playing Tamanuk, the Goliath, who is a mute.
A mute
At this point,
Goliath.
at least. Don't think I actually can say too much because I can keep you viewers about the same information that the party has, which is about that it's a big ass shaman with a big ass penguin ghost who follows him around, and he is following Shamash.
A penguin, 8-foot tall penguin. That is ridiculous.
8-foot tall spectral penguin.
That's
Named
insane.
Boom for all you.
That's right, Boom. That's right. You gotta name him Boom. You can't. Don't forget the name. That is a great name.
And-
I'm playing
oh.
Batista, Xavier Washburn the 14th.
Whoa, look
I
out.
am the noble paladin. I am a human, and I am from the Northlands, and I'm working my way south. And I've hired these group of tag-along adventurers for a good adventure.
Whoa.
To be precise, you hired Shamash. Tamanuk is following Shamash, and Alcine is following the bird who is following Tamanuk.
But
That
you
is
gotta
the chain
see.
of command.
You gotta see that he's trying to get his companions. You know, he wants his henchmen as a paladin. He wants his squires. All right, Shamash.
Shamash is a dragonborn fighter who has a personal mission to locate and kill the nasty
Whoa.
orc who murdered his father.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
And you erase his?
He said dragon.
And what?
He said all those orcs look the same, didn't he?
Well, you know, they're like goblins. The only good ones are dead ones.
Right? Alright, so this is where we're at. We are in the town of Loudwater. I believe, well, I'll kind of do a little refresher. You guys talked to quite a few NPCs of the town. You were looking for another NPC that you never, well, another fella in the town that was related to the general merchant, and his name was Zark. Also, you went to the quarter. You mentioned this in your backstory. Well, the recap. You were looking for Lady Moonfire, and one of her servants said that she was out in the High Forest. The day had already passed. You guys were. I think you guys stayed at the. Didn't you stay at? What was it?
Green
Tankard. Yeah. Okay. Yep. You guys stayed at the Green Tankard, and it's a new day. You know that the Ogre King is, even though you guys have the peace, but the actual letter itself said that the ritual would proceed as planned if they still had not got the horn totem back that you possess in your possession in the party. So you have some things that you guys need to definitely take care of. So let's get this shindig going.
All right, speaking to Father Griffin. Before we leave, I need to know if he can allow me to have some holy water?
Sure, he'll give you a couple vials of holy water.
Ooh, I like give.
Yeah, he'll bless a couple. He'll bless your water skin for you, and that'll give you You can either do that, or he'll just give you 2 vials. Just put down 2 vials.
Yeah, just 2 vials. Yes.
Yeah, 2 vials of holy water. There you go. My child, come back, and bring your robes. I mean, bring your son. I mean, never mind. Make sure it's a young boy. I mean, no! I gotta
Oh
stop.
my God!
I don't think he can bring the sun.
Dave, you're in rare form.
I'm never in rare form.
Shamash is telling Batista he needs to find a shop that where he could purchase a hooded robe or hooded cloak so he can wear.
You could definitely find one of those at the Loudwater General Store. Like I had told you before, you can find anything your heart desires up to, I think it was 30 gold that that store could have and probably have available at all times. Like Walmart. They have an in-stock guarantee.
Yeah, he's decided that if he's going to travel to other towns and stuff, he may want to cover his face to hide his race because
Hey, what's up,
not
Zovia?
everybody might not
Hope
be
you had a good New
acceptable
Year.
of him.
Can't wait till tomorrow.
So, David, can I put a blanket on top of Boom so it looks like just a regular ghost and not a penguin so people doesn't freak out?
Well, you can try, but the spirit itself is not going to physically hold up the blanket.
Oh,
So.
I'm not going to do that. It was
No.
it was
that,
a joke.
that was pretty good, though. I do like that. A big white sheet with 2 white holes. That would be great.
Yeah, I mean, he,
Sort of like the Peanuts.
yeah, I mean, he has the shape. I mean, the outline.
It would be perfect. And no, I'm not talking a white hood like the KKK. Not a pointy hat. Just a regular blanket.
While Batista and Shamash
Crazy.
is talking, Tamanuk is trying to place the benches that he displaced when he tried to sit down. And just to fix it.
Trying to what?
He's
Fix
a
the
big guy,
benches.
so he smashed the.
Oh, that's right.
In the benches.
That's right. In the
Pews.
in the church. Well, in the temple, you smashed. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay. Do
Yeah,
what
so
you need to do.
I'm trying to fix that so it
Okay.
looks good again.
You're paddling around with the wood and stuff. You're whittling some wood.
Alcine will help him.
All right, so we bid this guy a good day, and we're off to the shop.
Okay, so you guys head over to the Loudwater General. You see Kala Moran again, and her stock boy is in there working as well, Ramonder, and they show you what you need. They find you a cloak and whatever it says on the handout for equipment, so you can deduct that. Any color you want, even any color you want. If you want a bright purple one, you can even have a bright purple one. If you want a pink one, you can have a pink one. How about that?
Alcine's gonna stand outside the shop and just wait by the door.
So you don't get caught stealing? Because you stole some rope last time, if I'm not mistaken, right?
50 foot of silk
50,
rope.
yeah, you stole 50 foot of silk rope, yeah. Silk
And
rope.
I believe Tamanuk bumped his head at least.
Yeah, it's
3
gonna be fun,
times,
Zovia.
So he's standing outside as well.
All right. So you get your cloak. Any other things or that you need to get? Any other places you need to go within Loudwater? What do you guys plan on doing?
In this road, is there like any rocks or anything?
Sure, there's plenty of them. There's
Can
even a
I own
chandelier as well hanging in the doorway.
I would have pick up I don't know 10 rocks. And just put them in my bag.
I'm gonna
He's
swing
still
in the chandelier.
Still
No, all I'm going to do is buy the cloak.
Unbelievable.
The cloak is all I buy.
Okay. Sounds
All right,
good.
then off to the mayor's house to see if she's home again.
You knock on the door. You get to the. You actually get there to the manor house, and the servant answers the door and says, "Oh, Lady Moonfire, you just missed her. She was heading out to the High Forest. You could probably find her there." she's got these visions of grandeur of becoming an adventurer when she's really the leader of Loudwater.
Lady's never here. We gotta go find the lady.
I suggest that's where we go.
All right. That's the ogre, isn't it? The Goliath.
Dominic, man.
That's great, man. The grunts.
We'll try to play charades with him.
Oh my gosh! All right.
What do you want,
Teach
big
him,
guy?
teach him the thieves' silent talk.
Can I do that?
Not while you're
Slowly.
playing. It would it would take a good amount of time to do something like that, because that's something.
While we're walking, and when we're doing anything, just like in off time,
Sort of like default,
I would
right?
like to, like, if we're gonna walk out to the High Forest before we get there, however long it takes, we have a lesson or whatever.
Yeah. Well, as you can see, the High Forest here is not really. It's basically just right out the back door of Loudwater, maybe several miles down the road. But I mean, you have the Direwood. You don't even have to go through the Direwood. You can just head up the old Black Road, which is now the Dellenbeer Road in 4th edition, and you can just get into the High Forest that way. She actually, Lady Moonfire, which is pretty intriguing, but she left her servant an actual map to where you could find her, because this is a spot to where she likes to do research at the tower here. And there's also a large tower as well out in the High Forest, it's an ice step tower. As you can see, I do have a handout as well for the High Forest, and these are the major points within the High Forest. And there's also some other points that are not on this list that I can, that I've thrown in. So for every area that you're in, you'll be able to read a little bit of lore about the area, the main points that are really known. I mean, they would be on the map anyway, and they would be, talked about within the town of Loudwater as well. So, but yes.
If I remember correctly, the paladin left a note with the
She did. Mm-hmm. And
did she reply to
She
that
did.
note?
She has left you a note and the map on how to find her. But she doesn't, even though she is the leader of Loudwater, she really does a good job of delegating the help. And the town is run really well, and the town respects her, and because she does keep the town in order. The town makes money, but she's just not there a lot. She has these, like her servant had said, she's got these visions of grandeur of becoming, a tall tale adventurer. That's what she wants to become. So that's why she spends a lot of her time out into the High Forest, which is probably not the safest thing to do in the first place, because there are orcs, there are goblins, there's a lot of creatures out there. I mean, there's possibly even the old tales of a green dragon within the High Forest. So but she always loves to go out there by herself, and she, her servant said that she had found a spot that she's been researching for some time, and but it's just important that she goes back out, and that's what she pretty much does every day.
All right.
Hey, what's up there,
And
Dropper?
her letter said what?
If you'd like to really speak to me, this is where I'll be. Pretty much straightforward. Gives you a map, and it'll take you probably about an hour and a half, and you'll be able to find her.
Is this writing in common?
Yes, it is.
Would it be possible to compare the goblin's note to her handwriting?
Sure. Yeah, you still have that goblin note, and it is nowhere even close. And in fact, the goblin note was written in Goblin anyway. So and she's written in Common, but you can still tell that her writing is much better than than the goblins. Right.
It's all pretty and fancy.
Exactly. Nice, big,
The other one's
tall,
chicken
bubbly. Yeah, exactly.
All right, okay.
Yep.
We could run around town looking for Zark again, or we can go look at her, because he's got information on where
She
we've...
just left, so we better go track her down.
Yeah, let's track her down. We can always get a hold of Zark.
Yeah, you guys got plenty of. I'm sorry for laughing, but that goddamn grunt is so great, man.
Thank you.
And I know you just crack up every time you do that. You know it's gonna make us laugh. So
Grunt once for yes, twice for no.
blink your eyes once or blink your eyes twice. Shake your head up once, down. Oh my gosh! All right, so you guys get out to the High Forest, and she's actually at a. You spend about 2 hours. You find her. Her map is off a little bit, but that's her inexperience of cartography. That's her inexperience of being a vendor and how to actually map something. But you eventually find her. You don't have any encounters, but you do see several large creatures off in the distance, but there's you have no encounters. So you do come up to this area though. It looks, the only thing that I can tell you is it looks sort of something like Stonehenge out in the middle of the High Forest. Well, not in the middle of the High Forest. You're probably around this area here. And you come into this area where there's about a dozen stones in a circle. And there's, there she is at what appears to be a dial set into the ground. And it looks like when you walk up there, it kind of startles her a little bit, but she kind of, puts it together that she knows who you are. You're the ones that have been asking about her the last several days within Loudwater, and there you go. You are in her presence.
I will do my polite wave.
She noticed me, so I will just stand next to Dominic, look up, and turn to the lady and...
Turn to the lady.
Hi, lady.
Yes, Lady Moonfire.
She says, I have a name.
It's been
Pretty
many days
lady?
since we've tracked you down.
She says, just call me Moonfire. Don't call me lady. She goes, we're not in the city.
Okay, lady.
Pretty good.
So what can I do for you?
Yes, we are here to report that we are ones that had helped save the town with the founding of this scroll with the goblin handwriting on it. We found a lot more information about it, along with this totem, which is going to be used in a resurrection of an ogre king. And we need a little more information on where we can find these people, or do you know anything about the raids previously to the massive explosion on the wall?
Well, I'm not going to roleplay in a female voice, obviously, but she does tell you that she appreciates what you had done for the town, and unfortunately the town guard basically was non-existent in that fight, and they showed up, and she is going to be talking to the captain about that. Secondly,
Corporal was late.
yeah. Secondly, she had told you that several of the adventurers in the party, after the last, she said that several goblins escaped, that they were actually able to track the path back to the lair, and that is in the Dire Wood. So you will have to find that lair is in the Dire Wood. And then also come to think about it, she kind of she goes, that's right. She mentioned something about she had talked to I believe it was Garwin at the Curiosities place, and Garwin had mentioned that he had given you, your party, the actual totem, and that he had got the totem from Kurovar the Brazen, which is, he's an old wizard, and he is the one who actually sold the totem to the Curiosities, and thus That's how you guys got it when you talked to him about it. But she does know that they are in the dire wood, and they said that they weren't, they weren't trying to conceal their, the path that they took. I mean, it was blatantly obvious where they were going, and it basically led the scouts right to the lair. But it wasn't a. But as I had mentioned earlier, it's an old dwarven, mine that has been, catacomb that had been abandoned for years anyway, and the story was of the lore of the town, which I think I made you guys do a lore check on that last week. So they basically, the lore is the dwarves basically died out. Some ogres moved in. The dwarves wanted it back. There was a fight. The ogres actually pushed them out. There were just several ogres left. They couldn't repopulate. So, and then eventually, the last ogre died off. And how the story ends is the last ogre to die was the Ogre King, and there you go.
Can we gather what she's been doing in this little area? It kind of looks like a ritual type area. Maybe the paladin with his religion or something.
It doesn't look to be. Actually, if you want to give me a wisdom check, actually, let's see what kind of skill check would that be. I would say probably maybe history.
What, diplomacy?
No, it would probably be history. So it would be an intelligence check actually. No, that's a good enough roll. So it doesn't look like it has to do with any certain deity by chance. Tamanuk, you're just sitting there grunting to yourself. You're just scratching your head, and your penguin's just walking in circles right behind you. I mean, he just doesn't know what's going on. Oh, he speaks. Tamanuk speaks. Okay, so Batista and Alcine, you both don't think that this site has anything to do with a deity, but something more. As you can see on the ground, there's sort of like an inlaid dais into the ground. And she actually tells you that she's been studying this and studying the symbols for several months, and she thinks that she's found out the actual answer to the riddle on this. And it is in Elven, and if any of you can,
I'm an elf.
Okay, well, anyway, you read it, and she says she has the answer. And she, and it looks like this was actually hidden for a long time, because the stones have a lot of growth over them. There's, the dais has been sort of like cut away, and there's like a little hand shovel off to the side to where she's dug this up and unearthed it. So she's actually done a lot of work here, and she just doesn't know what's going to happen when she finishes the puzzle. And she starts chanting a few words, and when she touches a few parts of the dais and turns a few things, a couple symbols certain ways, all of a sudden a lot of smoke comes out of the ground, and this is what you see. And I'm going to put you on a new map now.
And me as an elf, is it important what do we read? Oh, chessboard.
So she's up here. This is the dais that I was talking about right here. She lined up all of the symbols on the altar, and I don't think I have you out here, Alcine, but let me add the rest of the party as well. So there you go.
I seem to be lacking a penguin.
You are lacking a penguin. Let me get him out for you.
Boo.
But yes, you do see a what appears to be a puzzle on the ground, and then all of a sudden, lots of minions sort of appear on this board, and it seems like one side is undead, and one side are all humanoids, whether it's humans or elves.